Hey everyone, Ferraro1999 here, or Nerd Zero, and we are here to talk about one of my favorite superheroes ever, Moon Knight. Now, not many people know who Moon Knight is, but he is a Marvel superhero, and he is one of the best superheroes in the world, and I'm here to tell you why he deserves his own Netflix TV show or even a Marvel movie. Let's do this.
But if you close your eyes,
Moon Knight is like this guy named Mark Spector, who is a mercenary, who goes to work in Egypt for this guy named Bushman, who is doing an archaeological dig with this doctor, this guy named Frenchie, and this girl named Marlene, who is the doctor's daughter. Bushman gets greedy, kills the doctor. Mark Spector witnesses Bushman killing the doctor, and then fights Bushman. Bushman kills Mark Spector. Now you're like, wait, hold on. If he's Moon Knight, how is he dead? These people come along, pick up his body, bring him to this ancient Egyptian temple of the moon god Khonshu. That is spelled Khonshu. And Khonshu comes to Moon Knight in a vision and says, I will offer you another life if you do my bidding and protect the people as the Knight of the Moon, Moon Knight. Mark Spector accepts, puts on this white cloak, and goes and fights Bushman and wins. He takes Marlene and Frenchie back to America and becomes Stephen Grant, this millionaire. And he uses Stephen Grant's money, which is him, he uses his money to buy an estate, buy all the equipment he needs for Moon Knight, and then he also becomes this other personage named Jake Lockley. Now, Jake Lockley is a taxi cab driver who he uses to get information on the streets, keep in touch with crime, all that stuff. So at this point in time, he has 4 different identities. He has Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, the millionaire, Jake Lockley, the taxi cab driver, and Moon Knight. This all comes into play because Khonshu, the moon god, has 4 different personalities, and that is why Mark Spector has 4 different personalities. Now, why would Moon Knight make a really awesome character for a Marvel Netflix show or a movie? Preferably, I think he would do better for a Marvel Netflix show just because the character is so in-depth that to capture all of that in a single movie would have to be done perfectly if you really want to get the essence of the character. But it could be done nonetheless. If he was on a Marvel Netflix show, if he had his own show, they would be able to do that whole 12-hour thing that they do with Daredevil and Jessica Jones and soon-to-be Luke Cage and Iron Fist. If they did that, they could really explain the character. And while he's not very well known he's not well known at all out of the comic world, but he's also not very well known in the comic world. That is because he hasn't gotten many comics. He started out, has a whole run, and then kind of died off for a while, and is just recently getting comics again. If he was to be given a Netflix show, it would boost his comic sellings all over the roof, and he would become such a popular superhero because he is so cool. And Mark Spector really is a really cool character with really cool friends. You could have Frenchie, who could kind of be like the Foggy of the Moon Knight show, and Marlene, who would be, the love interest, obviously. And there'd just be so much to do. I mean, you have Bushman, who eventually comes back and fights Moon Knight, and Moon Knight, Moon Knight is so cool. People say he's kind of a ripoff of Batman, but the thing is he has split personality, and he also kills people. Not that I'm like, oh yeah, superheroes need to kill people, but at one point, he cuts this guy's face off and wears it as a mask. I mean, he does it to scare the rest of the criminals, and that is just brutal, but what other superhero would do that? One of my favorite quotes from Moon Knight is when somebody asks him, why are you wearing all white? It's completely dark out, wouldn't you want to be wearing black? And he's like, no, I want them to see me coming. And that is why Moon Knight is such a cool character. because he's not scared of getting into fights. He's not scared of people seeing him. He just goes in. He wants to see him. He wants people to see him come and get them. He wants people to be scared of him, and that is why Moon Knight is a cool character. If you are interested in learning more about Moon Knight, the character, I suggest going and picking up a comic or a graphic novel and just reading the character. And also, if you are interested in him getting his own Netflix show or Marvel movie, do not be afraid to let Marvel know, because that would be one of the coolest things ever. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed learning about Moon Knight, if you had no idea who Moon Knight was before this, do not be afraid to go tell your friends. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. If you want to learn more about something, just let me know. That would be awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching this for our 1999 Now.
But if you close your eyes